Hello again, everybody. Hope you're doing well. I'm just getting over some nasty little bug that's been going around my area. Man, for about 2 days, felt like I was swallowing razor blades. So anyways, today I want to show you this stuff called Neolube, number 2. You can find it in the Micromark catalog. And yeah, it's not cheap. But as you can see in the picture, it's puts a coat on metal, so it takes it from that chromy look to more of a dark effect in theory. I've never used it, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out. But when I was at Amherst, Micromark was there and they did have bottles of it, so I figured, you know what the heck, I want to try this stuff. Dry film conductive lubricant. And what I have is an IHC steam locomotive, DC. And you can see they put metal pieces, but like they're chromed. I might just paint these flat black, you know, these little handrails. But the running gear, I never like the way it looks. It's just too shiny. I mean, usually the only thing that's really shiny is the piece going into the cylinders right here. Closer look. So I got an old brush. Let's put a coat on these wheels and see how it turns out. Okay, so I have the locomotive in the foam cradle, and we'll give the Neolube a good shake. You can hear it in the background, because it is basically it's just graphite suspended in alcohol. It's very highly flammable. It says on the container. So let's open her up. Huh, interesting. There's a brush in there. We're not going to use that. I'm going to use this old brush that broke. Okay, so we got some on there. And let's just see how that works. Not looking too bad. Of course, this is hard to do with a camera in front of my face, but being a dry lubricant, that shouldn't bind up the gearing. That's interesting. It is toning down the metal look. Get a little more on the brush. You know, it's interesting. It looks better off camera, actually. That makes sense. I'm looking at the screen, it doesn't look as good. Let's see, they're showing painting the wheels too. I don't know if that puts it all in the same tone. Get in there a little more. But you know what? It is making it darker. So we can pan in here a little bit. I mean, you can see it's coating. Just have to probably put more coats in there. So it is kind of toning. I know it might be hard to see on camera, but you can see how shiny the wheels are, the rim. But it did tone that chrome way down. I'll get more there. It dries pretty quick, you know, being alcohol. See if I get a little more. So if you're any place like in here where things are sliding, an actual steam engine, those are pretty shiny normally. because they're well lubricated and the constant movement. They're not really, they're not chromish, but they're nice polished metal look. So this stuff looks pretty good. Let me just work on it a little more, and we'll compare the, the non-Neolube side compared to the Neolube side. Okay, so I'm pretty impressed with this actually. As you see it tone it down, you gotta kind of put it on thick, I think, to let it flow evenly. Because if you put it on and try to touch it up, that kind of reactivates it and kind of washes it away, what you previously put on. But let's just flip the locomotive over. And you can see, pretty big difference. Sorry, it's upside down, but the tender's attached wire, you can't unplug it. And you kind of have to go through and, get the bottom side and stuff, but it actually looks a heck of a lot better. It's running in. You know what? Just for fun, let's try this handrail. A little more of a shake. Like I said, I find you put like a pretty good thick coat because it flows. It's very thin. It flows quickly. Whoops. I just dripped it. Oh, I'm making a mess. Dang it. But yeah, look at that, tone that right down. A little spill's not a big deal, I guess. Steam engines have, scaling and water stains and everything else all over them. It's not quite like paint where you can put it on and put another coat on. You gotta kind of do it just all in one big swoosh. But yeah, that works out pretty good. I hope you're seeing this all right on camera. And actually, if you get it on the plastic, I bet if I put a little alcohol on a Q-tip, it'll wash it away real quick. But yeah, I like that. It does tone down these metal parts quite nicely. And you don't have to worry about, with paint interfering with, is it going to be conductive? Because this stuff is conductive. So let's put this on the track and see how it looks moving. It may show some of the pieces I missed. Run smooth. It looks pretty good. You can see the back wheels are unpainted. They're really shiny. I am seeing a few spots that I missed, like on this wheel here. It's one of those things you gotta get used to how it kind of flows, I suppose. Get a little more experience putting it on. But yeah, look at the handrails aren't shiny. It does work pretty well, I have to admit. Okay, you can see here in the tender, there is some discoloration where I got some on the body. There and there. So let's just take a Q-tip with some alcohol on it and see if it just washes off easily. Without hopefully taking it off the railing. Like I always, you can see it's taking, in case this is something that you would bother you with on your models. Like I said, these engines get so dirty. But yeah, it seems to easy cleanup. As that dries, it did take it off. I didn't get right into it right there, but like I said, I'm on camera. It's a pain to sit here and like reach around the camera, this side and this side, trying to clean things. But yeah, easy cleanup if you make a mistake. So overall, I'm kind of pretty impressed with this stuff because, putting this on the running gears, like I said, you don't have to worry about, you know, like with paint, whether it would affect the conductivity. And this stuff is pretty thin, so it's not going to bind up any, you know, little moving points or whatever. And so yeah, it's Neolube number 2 from Micromark. Now I assume this is available other places because I know there's other applications, non-model trains, that's the stuff's used for. So the handrails and stuff, I would generally still stick with just flat black paint, because this stuff I think can rub off pretty easy, or you can take it off easy anyways, which is nice. If you mess up, Q-tip with alcohol, you can clean it right up. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I hope you all have an enjoyable Monday if you're going to go check out the eclipse. All right, take care, everybody.